What's up, everybody, and welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. I'm Drew Bosley, and that's the one and the only Scott Savage. Scott, happy wet Wednesday.
Yep, right in the middle of the week now. We're gonna get through, don't worry.
Oh man, what a storm. We just lost power right before going live. That's how today is off to. But yo, we are off to another hot episode today. Dude, we got a banger of a show. Now, Scott, you may go, Drew, we always have a banger of a show, but today is something special. Let me tell you what happened this morning. All right, here I am. I'm like floating out in the ocean on a plank. And then I get flipped up onto the beach. And as I'm pulling this, spitting out all the dry sand, the sun starts to rise. And you know what else rose up, Scott? The Vita's returned, my friend. The Vita 2 is alive. We're ready to go. This is, of course, none other than Tom Henderson. We'll get into his article and a whole lot more on today's show, where people can be joining us live over on twitch.tv/theofficialITG, as well as youtube.com/InsideTheGameOfficial. But if you can't join us live, hit us up later, InsideTheGame.ca, podcast services and TV streaming networks around the globe. Dude, I don't want to delay it anymore. We need to get into it.
Incredibly excited, and I knew the day has come.
Dude, I'm 3 coffees in. I am wild. Let's go. Exclusive. Sony's next PlayStation handheld. Tom Anderson over at Insider Gaming had this to say. Following days of speculation, Insider Gaming can report that there's a new PlayStation handheld in development. No way did I see this one coming. Dude, I thought for sure Vita was dead. Vita got stranded. There was a bunch of us over at Vita Island just kind of waiting to see if we'd ever make it back home. Here we make our return. Dude, we are back, and I cannot believe it's actually happening. Let's get into it. Codename.
There are some details about this, though. Yes, this is not the PSDS.
No.
It's not exactly a Vita 2.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Codenamed the Q Lite, the next PlayStation handheld is the next piece of Sony hardware that aims to be yet another piece of hardware that requires the PlayStation 5. Insider Gaming understands that the Q Lite is not a cloud streaming device, but instead uses remote play with the PlayStation 5, a feature the console giant has been pushing these past couple of weeks. Sporting adaptive streaming up to 1080p at 60 frames per second, the new device will require constant connectivity to the internet. As for the console's physical features, early prototypes show that the console will look like the PlayStation 5 controller, but with a massive 8-inch, Scott, 8-inch LCD touchscreen in the center. The device sports adaptive triggers for haptic feedback and will include what we could come to expect from the handheld: volume buttons, speakers, an audio input jack, etc. Insider Gaming understands that the Q Lite is in the Q&A phase and is scheduled to release before the PlayStation 5 Pro and after the detachable disc drive for PS5, which I completely forgot was even in the development, Scott. I forgot all of it.
I had let that one slip as well.
Yeah, absolutely. As previously
mentioned, the Pro is something you could, have a good gamble at. It probably is going to be a Pro. Yeah. And I joked yesterday about the Series X, but I don't think that's happening.
As previously mentioned by Insider Gaming Jeff Grubb, Sony plans to announce its, quote, second phase of the PlayStation 5, end quote, which was in reference to its future gaming slate. Ironically, though, this, quote, second phase, end quote, is very much true for Sony's hardware offerings with the new detachable disc drive PS5, Project Nomad, wireless earphones, Project Voyager, wireless headset, and the Q Lite, a handheld all scheduled to release within a very short period. It's understood that the PlayStation 5 Pro is aiming for a holiday 2024 release. So, whenever Sony's next PlayStation showcase will be, it's seemingly going to be a big one. Dude, it is not... Hang on, I gotta get it. So, here's what happens for me. I grabbed it this morning.
You've already got the Vita handy. What could it be?
Dude, it is the Vita. It died. Like, I instantly tried to turn it on this morning and it would not. So I said, it's been dead over on Vita Island forever. So it's not essentially the Vita 2. Which is unfortunate, but at the same time, I'm tethered to my PS5 through a wireless handheld. So here I am thinking now, right? Every night I go to bed, I grab my iPad and I'm just chilling out watching some YouTube. You know what I'm doing now? I'm going to bed with my new device for PlayStation and I'm playing whatever it is, Burning Shores next. Probably be finished that by the time this thing comes out. But either way, dude, the next system, I get a handheld attached to the PS5 through streaming platforms. As long as it works, good. Here's the other side of it. Dude, not everybody has great internet connection.
Yeah, that is true, but this will be only localized, right? So you can just bounce off your own LAN connection and survive that way. But I want to take a moment to note and have a moment's thought for the Wii U, the PS Vita, and the Sony Ericsson, which have all
I forgot about that one.
Faded into the distance so that they all walked, so this may run.
Yo, here I am going, okay, can we just get a Vita 2? Will we see Golden Abyss 2? Right? Maybe Ben is working on the next Uncharted Golden Abyss game. Maybe that's what they're up to because nobody knows what they're working on right now. Maybe that's what this is.
Interesting.
Yo, but clearly this is just it's an extra feature to get with the PlayStation 5. Dude, I just don't know how many people want to keep investing into all these other side port systems that if they just play on the PS5, is it really necessary? You can already do remote play with your PS5. So here I could be honestly at night, instead of watching YouTube on my iPad, just tap in and play the PS5 if I wanted to. I tried connecting it with my Logitech G Cloud. That does not work. I was pretty disappointed when I found that out. No, it wants me to use the touchscreen. I'm like, I am not doing this. That's not how you play a PS5. So yeah, it's man, if we could only get the Vita 2. And then you kind of wondered if that's what they're looking at, right? When you got the rise of Steam Deck, you got Logitech's G Cloud streaming platform. You've got the Switch, which essentially just laid down new land for as far as handheld gaming goes. The opportunity is here. We kind of question whether or not Xbox is going to rise to the table here or not and maybe show something as well in the world of handheld. But they're so focused on cloud gaming that I don't think that's really necessarily where they're going to go at either. They have other features where you can tap in with your phone and all that kind of stuff, just like PlayStation does. So I'm kind of surprised that actually at all that we are getting this separate dedicated device.
Yeah, if it's a little bit redundant there, you can already kind of stream your PlayStation 5, then I am quite surprised. But Absolutely. Do you think Xbox on the other side is maybe focused more on cloud to give you that truly mobile experience?
Yeah, without a doubt, right? So I think that's the biggest thing is they are looking to be able to go everywhere. That's in their slogan, right? Play whatever you want, wherever you want. It's kind of their motto. So that's what they want to do. They want you to be able to tap in at all places. If we were dedicated and have to be home, do I need a dedicated handheld unit that's going to go to PS5, or can I take this on the road and then tap in, right? Like, it doesn't sound like that's an option. Do I have to be at home in order to use this? A lot of questions are going to pop up because of this, and very little answers, Scott.
The questions I have are much bigger in terms of Sony. Is this a bridge too far? We've seen the numbers come back with the PSVR 2, and they weren't nearly what Sony was expecting, at least.
No,
so this has me worried. Is this a venture now in another direction, and we're spreading too thin now?
Well, so here's the thing, right? With the Vita, they just let it go. PlayStation VR, original PlayStation VR, they let that go. Nearly, like, we got about a year worth of footage or games and things to play, and then after that, they just kind of see ya and let everybody else kind of try and carry that system along. Here we are, like you just mentioned, with the PSVR 2. What was it, Scott? We covered it. It was like 270,000 units sold.
Yeah,
where they projected
just under
2 million.
300K, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And they projected 2 million. So, like, that's it was
about 15% of their projected sales. Not stellar numbers.
No, exactly. So it's that kind of thing. You're going, is this really the way to go? I think they would. I think they'd do better, Scott. Honestly, they gave us a Vita 2. Give us a dedicated system, right? When you take a look at Steam Deck, you can literally download some of your Steam games onto that device and away you go.
Yeah, you're playing it on the bus.
Exactly. Could you imagine downloading God of War Ragnarok and playing that on the go? Right? 8-inch screen, dude, that would be incredible. So now
it feels like a bit of a dance off with the kid on the bus with a Switch.
Well, dude, it would crush that, I would think, right? And honestly, it depends. This is only coming in at 1080. We're not getting 4K. So it's only coming in at 1080 at 60 frames per second, which for a handheld device is still pretty to look at. And there's no qualms about that. Like, that is still nice to go around and play. Dude, the Vita, like, just give me the Vita 2. I wonder, it's kind of, Remember when we got the Switch and then we got the OLED Switch, and people were like, "Why can't we just get the Switch too?" I kind of feel like that's where this is lining up.
I got mad and then I got myself an OLED.
I got mad and then I got me one. So, dude, what about?
We don't have any price point here though.
Nope, not yet. And I bet you this showcase will not tell us the price either. They're just gonna show off the hardware and show what we're gonna get. Maybe answer a couple more questions, like will we get any dedicated gaming to this thing, or is it just strictly to tap into your PS5? So
yeah,
I don't know. I thought maybe we could get the Rise of Killzone coming back.
Oh, that would be nice. When's the last SOCOM game come out?
Oh, yeah, right. Yo, I
remember
remember
back 20 years ago now.
Dude, I remember having the headset and then like barking orders into the thing and the AI would listen. It was so cool.
That was my first online experience. It was a PSP and SOCOM.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not a bad experience to start off with. Dude, that's good. Cool. And you know what other people are experiencing? Activision with DMCA for Call of Duty content from Fortnite Creative. That's right. You're not supposed to be doing
this. Stifles a lot of my ideas, admittedly.
This is Anna over at Insider Gaming once again. Fortnite's Creative 2.0 mode brought with it the ability for players to take the reins completely and build stunning maps via the Unreal Editor. Ultimately, though, some of these creations have not gone unnoticed by other publishers. One such publisher, Activision, is starting to DMCA. It's calling for removal of the content. Basically, what's going on, Scott, is people are just kind of copying other people's content and putting it in the game, and
yeah,
that's not allowed.
No, you're not allowed to 1-for-1 remake anything unless it's Minecraft and it's the Starship Enterprise. I did see that went okay about 2 decades ago, but
that's funny. Yeah, a lot of people are building the maps that they love in other games and then bringing them over, right? So then all of a sudden now you can experience that in Fortnite. That doesn't fly.
Even Fortnite, you cannot remake the original Fortnite map. As far as I understand, if you reproduce a Fortnite map from the past, that will also get striked and taken down.
Which is fair, dude. That's I get it, right? I also understand the other side too, right? The creative side of, man, this would be cool. I'd love to play this map over a year. Dude, bring back a GoldenEye map into the world of Fortnite.
Yeah.
Right?
There it is. There was my idea for real.
See, like, there's so many opportunities and ideas, but they're not new ideas. They're already created in other things.
So. Slappers only in facility. That was what I was gonna do. And yeah, you can't just rip it off though.
Nope. Speaking of rip off, Activision is tormenting Call of Duty cheaters in order to study them, stealing their weapons and turning their enemies invisible. Dude, this is hilarious.
This is wild. I've seen some of the clips of this. Oh,
this is Tyler Wilde over PC Gamer. Call of Duty's Ricochet anti-cheat system doesn't always ban suspected Warzone and Modern Warfare 2 cheaters on site. Sometimes it keeps them around, but makes their efforts to cheat futile by applying mitigations. For example, a mitigation called Damage Shield disables the cheater's ability to inflict critical damage on other players, so that no matter how hard they try, they will never score a kill. Take that, sucker. Dude, cheaters. I just don't get it.
I remember do you remember the angry German kid? It was an internet phenomenon, went around like wildfire. No. Probably about 20 years ago, actually. Counter-Strike. I just picture that kid just losing his mind, smashing his keyboard. He's since been on the internet again and had a redemption arc for himself. But I picture these cheating kids just melting down like that. What do you mean I can't get a kill?
Yeah.
And I saw one that was creative. It made the enemies invisible. So now you're a cheater, but you're the only one on the map.
For a while, Warzone cheating was so rampant that it came up in just about every conversation about the game. Quote, "No one hates the cheaters more than we do," end quote, Raven Software Associate Director Amos Hodge said in 2021. Dude, they're on it. The problem is there's always cheaters that are looking to find a new way to cheat. And then Raven Software and other developers got to go back to figure out, okay, now how did they break our game? We have to go back and fix it, right? And that's the whole...
It's an arms race.
Yeah, nobody hates being cheated more than the developers themselves, because they put all this hard work into making the game just to get someone in there to break it and like bugger it all up on people. And it's just not cool, man. I hate cheaters. Like,
no, it is awful for everybody playing the game, but it also, it's not what it used to be. You're not going to be hired by the company. to fix the holes you created. That's so 1980s. It just doesn't happen anymore.
Dude, I'll never forget the one. It was Fall Guys, and you get to the final round, and you get the octagons that start dropping out, and there's a dude just hovering. I was just like, man. Oh, come on, really?
That kind of make me uninstall my Xbox from the room.
That was, I was so frustrated. I was like, this is not cool. Yeah, but it's one of those things. Dude, a lot of worry came up yesterday about this one. Remedy says Quantum Break is leaving Game Pass. But
the Sony squad jumped on that one quick.
But we'll be coming back. This is Chris Scullion over at VGC. Remedy Entertainment has confirmed that Quantum Break will soon be leaving Xbox Game Pass, but that will only be temporary. Reports earlier this week suggested that the game was set to be removed from the subscription service, despite being an Xbox exclusive, which was published by Microsoft. That's the biggest push right there, right? Microsoft publishes a game, first party, second party, whatever the deal is, it's supposed to be on Game Pass forever. That's the thing.
I wasn't certain that was 100%. I saw that brought up in the Discord surrounding this, but I didn't think that was official.
I believe it was. I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive that that's the stated case.
It was certainly what most people think,
right? Especially first party. First party's never supposed to leave. That's the whole hook of Game Pass. Day one, you can get that game, and it won't go anywhere on you. So instead, Remedy explained that delisting from Game Pass is due to licensing issues, and that the game will return once these have been resolved. Dude, things just over time expire. So they've got to remove it for a short period of time to bring it back. It's not the end of the world. And if you haven't played that game, shame on you already. Dude, that was a good game. I liked it.
It is very good. That was actually my first streaming game. We're discovering a lot of my firsts today.
Wow. Look at you. That was your first streaming. Really? That's what you streamed
first? Yeah, that's my Twitch account was already created because I had done it on Xbox way back in the day.
Dude, I don't remember what first game I was streaming, but we'll see. We also know right now that they're also working on Control 2, as well as a Max Payne remake and Max Payne 2.
Oh, all of the sign me up for all of the above.
Right? Yeah. Remedy is busy at work right now. Are they too busy though, Scott? Too many games in development? Are you worried at all from that?
I'm a little nervous. I'm not worried, but nervous. I just want Control 2 to land. Control was so good.
It's funny to me that, okay, so the conversation went down with Rockstar, because Rockstar owns the rights to Max Payne, right? That was the thing. They produced Max Payne 3, being Rockstar, and then from there, Remedy had to go back to Rockstar and, hey, can we get the rights to use Max Payne once again? You know, the game we initially created, to then produce a remake and then Max Payne 2. So yeah, it's funny how that kind of, dude, that's a full circle.
Starring one of our very own as the face of Max Payne.
Nope.
I forget his name now.
What do you mean? Who?
Oh, there's somebody who does the eyebrow, the Max Payne eyebrow. And that's a real life man.
That's funny. That is funny. You know what's not funny? Monster Energy tries to bully an indie dev out of using the word monster, but chose the wrong guy to pick on. This is Rich Stanton over at PC Gamer. Monster Energy is ubiquitous energy drink brand known for their now owned by Coca-Cola. Oh, no, I just got hit up. It's funny how you get these little audio cues that just throw you right off. Dude, basically what's going on here is that the developer behind, I'm trying to find it, Dark Deception, Monsters and Mortals, was hit by the Coca-Cola brand saying he can't use the word monster in his title. I'm like, what? So now he's literally going to court to fight all this. Like, what a joke.
Yeah, I have a feeling Monster will have to pay the legal fees on that one.
Yeah. So this is excellent to see that the CEO, Vincent Livings, posted about the legal threats and the settlement offered by Monster, which allows for the studio to use the name in exchange for a whole bunch of nonsensical restrictive terms, including that it'll never use it again. Never use the word again, with a couple other words he's not supposed to use. He's like, yo, here's how it's going to go down. We're going to go to court, and I'm throwing all your dirty laundry across the internet for everybody else who has to face this. So even it was brought up for Immortals Phoenix Rising over at Ubisoft, who wasn't supposed to use it because they initially called the game Gods and Monsters.
I do remember that, actually.
Yeah. I'm like, man, it's a word.
It's an English word. Yeah, can I Can I go and ring up Savage Arms for their use of my name? I believe they owe me some royalties.
It's absurd to think
it seems
that
like
this
a very
is a possibility.
uniquely American situation, actually, in this. And I'm not sure if that's actually fair. We are Canadian, it's worth noting. Yeah. So I look at this and it seems like frivolous lawsuit to me, and I expect this to be thrown out. But how incredibly insane is this kind of idea, this motion to kind of hold in the word monster? It's incredible to me. And can we get Dead Island 2? Can we confirm now the energy drinks that give you health, are those monster? I always suspected they were NOS energy drinks, but
it's just, dude, a company so big like Coca-Cola going after an indie studio just trying to produce a game with a cool name, and then that's what you got to do. Like, have you got nothing else to do with your time?
Yeah, like, if you were making Pepsi Man too, okay,
sure,
maybe I see it.
Yeah, but yeah, the Monster Energy I get is a big brand in its own thing, but for people not to be able to use the word monster is absolutely ridiculous.
Well, they do, however, use monster in their own video games titles.
Yeah, well, so I don't know, man. You'll never get rid of it. I don't know. It's just, how do you do that? But dude, let's move on to what's going on with Street Fighter. Production company behind Dune acquires film and TV rights to Street Fighter franchise. David over at PSU. Legendary Entertainment, the production company behind some of the biggest movies in recent years, such as Dune and The Interstellar, have purchased the film and TV rights to Street Fighter. Capcom will work with Legendary Entertainment on future projects, according to the report from The Hollywood Reporter. But what those future projects are, we don't know yet. Scott, with the success of HBO's Last of Us, is this a big surprise to you at all?
No, not whatsoever at all. Although, was it Street Fighter or was it Tekken that had movies in the past? I think that was Street Fighter, was it?
I think so, but dude, does this do anything for you?
I remember Chun-Li. It was definitely Street Fighter, wasn't it?
Yeah. I don't, man, it's not going to be The Last of Us for me, though.
No, I don't know if anybody can hold the candle to The Last of Us.
Are you excited for a Street Fighter movie?
I like that. I like that cheese. I really like the Mortal Kombat movies, and if this Street Fighter is anything like the prior ones, in my very vague memory, I think I will appreciate this one for sure.
I don't know.
I still want another Mortal Kombat movie though.
Mortal Kombat. Yo, we just hit copyrights. Yeah, it's kind of one of those. I don't know, man. Street Fighter, I think it could just stay as a game, and I'd be okay with it. To try and cross multiply it into other mediums, we'll see what happens. But dude,
I thought Tekken would work a lot better.
Man, I think I'd rather go with Street Fighter than Tekken. Tekken to me is such an old franchise that I thought I left that one behind.
Way over the top magic kind of attacks. And I can see it work out really well. Adds to the cheese.
Adds to a lot of stuff. Scott, we do have a couple games to add to everybody's list today. What do we have?
We have A Light in the Dark. This originally came out on PC, but it's now on PlayStation 4 and the Switch. Loop Hero is now on Xbox One, X, and S. I have to check that one out myself. And Cabaret is on PC, Xbox One, X, and S.
Not too shabby. Scott, what are you playing right now?
I'm just on the very tail end of Escape Academy.
You're still doing that, and you're grinding out some Hogwarts.
Yes. Oh, I forgot that game was actually getting hard.
That's one I gotta get back to. I've been wrapped up in a bunch of other things. Haven't quite been able to get over there. Siege is the usual thing, obviously, over here. That's what we do a lot of. MLB 23 right now is a big one for me. Definitely wrapped up in a lot of things with that game. And look for my review coming out very, very soon on that one, Scott. What else am I playing, though? I'm trying to think of what else I got on the go. Oh, dude, I just got Creed 3 for VR. So more PSVR 2 action coming around the corner, which is obviously pretty exciting. Nice to put the headset back on. We had such a huge run. It just kind of went, now what? And I think that's kind of one of the questions I'm hoping to see answered to this next PlayStation showcase, as there's a lot. But Scott, just like that, my friend, it's going to wrap up today's show. Everybody, thank you so much for hanging out with us. This has been ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. You can always join us live noon Eastern over on Twitch and YouTube. But if you can't join us live, hit us up later. InsideTheGame.ca, podcast services, and TV streaming networks around the globe. Until tomorrow, everybody, I'm Drew. That's Scott. We'll see you inside the game.